I don't want to tell the story time. Like, wait a minute. Why did you feel the need to take that moment to tell her that? Let her think I'm crying for her. Like, what was the point of that? Yeah. Welcome back, Jews and Jems, to my channel. We're here with another story time. And I have to pull out my little black book so you guys know that I'm serious about this little checkoff list. And it's taking everything in me to do this story time. Welcome back, Jews and Jems, to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shaye. The channel is just Shaye. I do story times, travel vlogs, try on hauls, day in the life, weekend in life, and I used to do stripper vlogs, you know? But if you like my video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And to my returning Jews and Jems, make sure the post notification bell is on and turn to all. ALL, baby. ALL. Because, you know, YouTube is a hater. Anyways, and to my 2 Live crew, what to do? This ring light kind of beating my right now, so that's why I keep having to squint and look away. It's like really, really bright, but it's also late at night, so it's like you gotta pick your battles, dude. Nevertheless, so we just did a Hood Chronicles as the last video, and the next highest ranking one is the one about my brother. Pew pew. I'm saying my brother, but you know, let's get into the story time real quick. So when I say my brother, I really don't mean my brother, because it is my brother's people who did it. Let's not get it twisted. But I gotta give y'all some story time, like some backstory to the story time. So you know how I always say, I grew up in the hood. Like, don't get it twisted, baby. Yes, I'm kiki, ka, but I'm boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, baby, I grew up in the hood for real. So let me tell you about the hood I grew up in. Now, DBE, that's what they call themselves, and we kind of gave them that name back in the days. So it's so crazy, right? So they didn't always go by DBE, and I don't think none of the DBE boys find my YouTube, but anyways, what's up? So when we were younger, you know, the affiliated people, they usually would go by whatever color that they like to wear as their flag. So back in the days, they didn't have acronyms. They was just the black and the red, you know, and that's it. You know, you stay off of this side of town if you fool with these boys, and you stay off of this side of town, you fool with these boys, because it can get real messy real quick. So it's like, knowing that, okay, I get it. And then what sucked was, for me, I grew up with the Black Flag boys. And, you know, at that time, a lot of them wasn't D-boys yet. They was just little niggas run away. You know what I'm saying? Little niggas run away. You know, just wanting to be somebody, doing B&Es and stuff like that. And, you know, Grand Theft Auto. You know, little small crimes. Victimless crimes. You know, they're not victimless, but victimless crimes. And just, you know, they was the guys that the girls wanted just because they, you know, was thugs. And I even dated, you know, we'll get to that one day. You know, I had my little one I didn't want to turn loose. But long story short, back before they actually had acronyms for these associations, the Black Flag Boys was a part of my neighborhood that I grew up in. So I grew up with these boys. I was friends with these boys. I hung out with them, went to school with them. Like I said, one of them was, I wanted to turn him every way but loose. Like, my mama had to go up, oops, upside my head behind him a couple times. You know what I'm saying? They were like friends, family, like we really knew each other. So it's just so crazy how my biological brother that came from the same father as me, his friends, his association was with the Red Flag Boys, which is like, it sucked. It really sucked. But it also was like, you know, I can't change where I grew up. You know, this one my mama live. I can't help that your mama decide to live over here. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help that you decide that that's the type of life you want to live. But it never swayed our relationship. I still love my brother very dearly to this day. It just was, this is so crazy how these men having these kids all across the nation, and then they be in conflicting conversations like this. So I knew, a lot of my family and friends knew, even the black, you know, DBs, they knew that my brother was on the other side, but they didn't, you know, because I was family. Like, we really grew up together. So this was a conflicting situation that happened to me, and it really put me in limbo of who to choose loyalty with. And it felt so terrible at 16 years old, choosing loyalty with stuff that I have no business choosing loyalty with. So I just keep saying so, because it's just like, I don't want to tell the story time. Y'all, I don't. It's so hard to tell this, because if you've not been in a situation like this, you don't understand the like confusion in, like, am I doing the wrong thing? Am I doing the right thing? But then you have to keep telling yourself, like, well, what they doing ain't right anyways. But it's like, you don't want to feel like you turning your back against family. So that's kind of where I was put in this position when this happened. So growing up with the Black Association, what we're calling the Black Association, it was fun. It was often fun, but at night, you better get in the house before the street lights, because it get real sticky. Like, they didn't play back then. Back then, it was a I grew up in a very dangerous neighborhood. Like, babe, I'm talking about drive-bys, boom, 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 boom. Also, it was, the police was on that street every day. I'm not even lying to you. It was, and my mama was she was so strict on us because of the neighborhood we grew up in and the kind of guys we grew up around. So it's like, she knew they wasn't no, we all knew that they the reason why the police keep coming out here, because y'all keep getting into it with these dudes, or y'all breaking their people's houses, taking their cars. Like, this is where all my paranoia started, in the neighborhood I grew up in. You don't leave nothing in your car. You don't leave anything that you want somebody to have. You don't leave it laying around, even though nowadays, you know, I just be doing stuff in my apartment. But, you know, I learned a lot of good paranoia things. Like, you know, don't put the expensive jewelry out. You know what I'm saying? You got to hide that sucker. You don't let nobody know you got money. And if you do, make sure it ain't in your house longer than the back open. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that I learned. Because they were breaking in the houses. They was breaking in the cars. They was robbing people. They was, you know, fighting, and just, girl, it was craziness. So it was, the beef was just rising and rising and rising and rising, to the point where they would go to each other's neighborhood and just let it out. Just let it out. Just don't even care if Granny on the porch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, y'all don't own no apartment on this block, but let it out. Don't even care. Your sister on the street. That's really how messy it got back in the day. It's like, I felt like I was in Don't Be a Menace to Society. Like, I really grew up in that. Like, and I don't want to make it sound so gruesome, but y'all have to understand, I grew up in that type of neighborhood where duck, like, the New Year's, we put peanuts in the windows, we put beans in the window, and when 12 o'clock hit, and don't be jumping up and down, get down on the ground. Like, that's, and I'm just being real with y'all. Like, that's why y'all just be like, oh my God, this girl's so funny. It's because, bitch, I had to learn something. I better keep. You know what I'm saying? Because this is sticky. Like, we literally, 12 o'clock hit, we laid on the ground for 10 minutes straight, because they just let it out. And we knew, the one motherfucking firecrackers, bitch. We knew they was letting them mother AKs, them Glocks, them, they was, baby, it was pop, 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 pop. And care who got hit. You know, next day on the news, Channel 9 News. So it was one of these situations this night. So I guess the Black Association had went over to their neighborhood, let it out. And in retaliation, they started to, of course, defend themselves. In the midst of them defending themselves, a few people got hit. So, y'all done came over here and y'all done stuck one of our people. Now so what do, like, you know, what do you think I'm gonna do? You come and you take out one of my people, I'm coming back to your neighborhood and I'm letting it loose in this bitch. Like, I'm letting it loose in this sucker. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep watching my language. But, so that's exactly what happened. They came back in retaliation, and they came down the neighborhood, and they just, bah, 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 bah. And we were asleep, y'all, when this happened. Mind you, a lot of times, my family was asleep when a lot of crazy stuff happened. Because we was in before the street lights. I promise you, I kid you not, right? So, listen, we was in, I'll give y'all curly hair routine one day, because I really don't do that to my hair. Aunt Jackie is the products that I use. And Cantu for conditioner and shampoo. But, listen, that was a comment that just came across my screen. So, they letting it loose. Bah, 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 bah. Like, going crazy. And I'm going to let you know how I knew they was going crazy. Next morning, we wake up. This is when we had them playbooks. What was the first ever touchscreen phone? Whatever the first ever touchscreen phone was, we had that, right? Remember I told y'all we had the little phone. So I get up on Facebook. First of all, it's taking forever to load. But I get up on there and I'm seeing R.I.P. Ricky, R.I.P. Rick, R.I.P. Rick, R.I.P. Rick Jr. Like, wait a minute. Now, mind you guys, this is when TMV, I'm saying it wrong. MTV, my language is stuck today. MTV used to play the top 20, top 10 countdown for hours straight. So we used to get up in the morning and I would have it on MTV and I would let the music play and like listen to it. And we had bunk beds at this time. So I would get down from the top bunk, had to make sure our love music was playing. I was getting ready for school. I'm checking the phone. I'm on Facebook and I'm seeing R.I.P. Rick, R.I.P. Ricky, R.I.P. Rick Jr. I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, slow down. Y'all, it's moving too fast right now. I'm just trying to process this. Mind you, the person they say R.I.P. to is a dear friend of mine. He's from the Red Association. He's a dear friend of my brother. And I'm just like, I went to middle school with this man. I went to high school with this man. I had just seen this man 2 days ago. What are you talking about, R.I.P.? No, please stop right now. And then in the background, it's the song. So wake me up if it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was blinding myself, but I didn't know I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. That song was playing in the background, right? I don't know what number it was, but it was playing in the background. So I'm looking and I'm reading this and I'm just like, my friend is really gone. I'm crying. I am crying. Mind you, I didn't say anything to nobody. I just dropped the phone. So my big sister, she see I'm crying. Like, so she like, what's going on? What's going on? So my mama come in. Mind you, my mom goes to work at the same time we normally go to school, which is, you know, like 6:30 in the morning. She comes and she's like, y'all, oh my God. She's like, we have bullet holes in our wall. Now, she not saying it calm like how I'm saying it, but she's like, oh my God, y'all, we could have lost our life last night. My mom had a bullet hole 2 inches above her bed frame. She had a bullet come through the side next to the window, across the bed. She had one come, so like, for instance, she had one come through this across, and then she also had one that came through this one, right above her bed panel that came across, right? Now, those are the ones she seen when she woke up. She was like, what is this? It was a bullet lodged. And it didn't like exit out. It was still lodged in from the exterior. So she could see like the we'll call it the nipple piece of it. And she was like, is these bullets? And that's when she went around the apartment. There were 3 more bullet holes in the living room. By the grace of God, there was no bullet holes in our back room, because our room was way in the back, right? So she instantly started to panic. My mom was like, you know, she's a mom that I love my kids so much. Oh my God. And so when she came in to tell her, she just broke down. She was like so emotional. She's like, oh my God, we could have lost. She could have lost her life because she's like, it's so close to my bed. Like, I could have been gone, woke up dead. Like, and so she's so emotional. So to my sister, she's not really as emotional in this conversation because she's seeing the stuff that I was reading. So she's like processing that and then processing it. So then my mama see me crying. She think I'm crying about the bullet holes. Now I am simultaneously crying about the bullet holes because like, oh my God, I could have almost lost my mama too. So I'm double crying, but it's, it's only 2 eyeballs. So the left for him, the right for her, I just don't know. Like, I just going through it. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just like crying. So my mama go to comfort me. Tell me why this scallywag, 2 pieces of edges having ass snitcheroni go to my mom. She crying because the bullet holes in the window. She crying because her friend died. Why did you feel the need to take that moment to tell her that? Let her think I'm crying for her. Like, what was the point of that? You've always been my biggest hater. I can't believe you would do that. And I still remember to this day because I wanted to turn around and punch her in her mouth. Like, why would you tell her that? Because it's true? Ew, I can't stand you. So I was like, because mind you, I'm on the floor crying. So I look up at her like, why? Like, I didn't understand. That was so inappropriate. So she was like, it's okay, it don't matter. So much going on. I'm just so happy to be alive. My mama didn't even give a fuck. She said that. So she embraced me. I'm crying. I'm just crying. She's like, wow, like, it's so hard growing up in the ghetto. So she's like, if you don't want to go to school, you don't have to go to school. Me being just like, I just want to be tough all the time. I was like, no, I'm going to still go. Girl, I'm crying all the way to the bus stop. Like, you know how many times I cried at school? I know my high school thought I was a punk. She's soft as igloo. Like, I just knew for a fact the people in my school thought I was a weak ass bitch. Because I cried so many times when I was at school. I cried. Let me tell you, look, side story. So, y'all, let me tell you. Because at my school, I lost so many people, which is a part of my dissociation attachment. So, my grandfather died. I found it out on the bus ride coming to school. My best friend died. I found it out literally the morning before school started. And then they did a moment of silence from him, so I cried then. Then I found out about Rick literally when I was getting ready to go to school. So I cried then. So those 3 separate situations, but they all was related to them. And I would literally, I'm the type of person, once I start crying, I don't know how to like hold it back together. Girl, I was in a lunch line crying. I was in a breakfast line crying. I was just crying. I was on a bus crying. I was with my tray. I take a milk, crying. Like eating my cheese pizza, crying. I was crying, baby. I was crying in a line. What is your student ID? Crying. I'm sorry. So yeah, go to school. This is when I find out more information, right? So the lowdown, the rumor mill was that the Red Association and the Black Association, apparently the Black Association came over to the Red Association, was pow, pow, pow in their neighborhood. Rick ended up getting shot, died, as you guys are fully aware at this point. And they retaliated by coming to the Black Association neighborhood, which is my neighborhood, letting it out. And then that's why I always say my brother shot, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't physically my brother, but his people, because he knew I lived there. But in a moment of that, he's not thinking, oh snap, my sister live in this neighborhood. Which apartment is it? He's not thinking that. He's not thinking, y'all can't go over there. My sister live over there. He's thinking, y'all done killed one of my closest friends. It's over with. I don't care. Pookie, Rayway, Desiree is over there. I don't care. It's going down. I'm seeing red, literally. You know what I'm saying? And I could never blame him for not telling his friends, like, chill, bro. Chill, my sister. I could never be like, it's your fault. My mama house got shot up. Like, I could never say that because I could only imagine me in a situation. I'm not thinking, oh, let's make sure we exclude this one apartment when we go on a rampage and being vigilantes getting revenge, you know. But it didn't matter because he ended up getting locked up and having to serve some time for that. And I just always felt terrible, but it's like, I didn't do it. I didn't make him go over there. I didn't say, go get them niggas. You know, I didn't do that. Now, was there a time I did send it, you know what I'm saying? Go get them niggas out on somebody, you know, yeah, I did. You know, I'm not free from vlogs. That's another story time. I did send out a, you know what I'm saying? I could be in prison right now, but I was a minor. So the Lord seen me through that situation. But yeah, I was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm from the hood. Stop playing with me. Like, I get you whacked in this bitch. But no, not too much. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I didn't do that. But as a quick story time, and I try not to tell story times like that because I get emotional for real, like in real life. But it's to the point where, and they had just did a little. Hey, that was a cute little dance. They had just did like a little RIP thing for him on Facebook. It's been like a while since he passed away. I think I was about 16, maybe not even 16, 15 when he had passed away. And it's just so freaking crazy, like how time just keep flying. Like, baby, that was so long ago. But I grew up, you guys have to really understand, when I get y'all these Hood Chronicles, it'll kind of give y'all a better picture of me so you can understand, like, okay, like, she really is, she cute on the outside. You know, she's funny, but the girl really went through a lot of traumatic experiences. Like, she really is thin ahead, for real. And I would stay clear away from me, for real. If y'all really want your peace, because once you set that motherfucking switch off, the hood comes back out. I'm telling you, I don't, when you grew up in that type of environment, the real, like, like menace to society, like really for real, y'all. Crackheads laying on the street, crackheads breaking in houses, you having to beat up crackheads, like being best friends with crackheads in the streets, like all type of gangs, drugs. I grew up around a lot of it. Yeah, I've seen it all, down from prostitution. I've seen it all. Only thing I ain't seen is a dead body out of casket. That's it, and I don't ever want to see it. Please, Lord, don't show me that. You know, but I seen a lot growing up in my neighborhood. That's why I just thought it would be best to start giving y'all some of these Hood Chronicles, because there was so much that happened from me sending out, you know, on people's head, to houses burning down, to people stealing copper out of apartments, to, you know, the first time I seen people guns and I was right there, you know what I'm saying, to me sneaking out of my apartment while mama wasn't looking, and sneaking guys in the apartment, just like, girl, I had a crazy lifestyle. I had a crazy childhood. We did some things before I turned 18. And I don't mean sex, baby. I mean just like, y'all was everywhere but home. So, yeah, I don't regret none of it, really, for real. But I hope you guys enjoyed this cute, short, sweet, to the point story time. And if you're ready for the next video, which will be, boom, 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 hey. My first pageant. So we back on a college story time next. My first pageant will be the next one up. Let's get it. Let's go. And until next time, Jews and Jems.